Hello, happy Crimson Tuesday. I had to pop on at exactly 8 because when I'm here on time, I'm super proud of myself. More proud of myself than I should be. Mouse Miss, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. And I forgot to change my like little intro scene. Oh no, where's my caption? Oh no. Hold on. Just a Jeffy, good to see you. Okay, the caption is working, but where's the caption? Okay, hold on. Sorry. I gotta. What happened? Uh. Properties. Oh no, what's going on? Hold on. I'll figure this out. Yes, Mouse Miss, the intro scene still has Rise of the Dragon. I am going to do the Karen saving better ending. I don't know if I'll do that tonight, but I'll do that in a subsequent night if we don't get a chance today. I did a little bit of research and I did a little bit of experimentation, and I have enough time to save Karen, so that's the important thing. Where? Oh my gosh, I forgot how to implement my. Oh no. What do you call it? I updated my OBS, and so my captions are broken now. So I'm trying to figure out how to unbreak them. Properties. Read from file. No. Oh my gosh. And I couldn't test my captions because it wouldn't caption unless I was streaming. Neon Totem, good to see you. Deluxe Tux, good to see you. Oh yes. Twitter has been complaining about the OBS update. The only thing that broke is the captions. But like I see them here, so I don't know how to get them on my screen. Hold on. Maybe I have to like redo this. Hold on. What would it be? Audio application, audio capture, that's not it. Text. New caps. Okay, and what is this? Read from file, text transfer, no. And I've been sneezing. I've got a little bit of like allergies, so I'm sorry if I sneeze. Arabella, good to see you. Amberzine, good to see you as well. Happy Crimson Tuesday. I was on time and now my captions aren't working. I can see them on because I have the plugin for OBS, but I don't remember how to make them display anymore. Cancel. That's not what I want. It's this one. Add existing new caption. I think. Come on, work. Go Mansama, good to see you. Slat Studio, good to see you as well. While I try to figure this out. How on earth? Give me one quick second. I gotta just look at something really quickly. Sorry. OBS captioner plugin. Plugin instructions. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay. Yes, the cute. We're gonna discuss the cute cat painting over the bed in the pink bedroom. That's one of the things I want to tell you guys about. But first, I have to. Let me just. Oh my gosh. No, that isn't it. That looks too complicated. That's definitely not it. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, you see the captions when you click the CC button on Steam. Yeah, I should I forget how to get them onto the screen though. Which is important. Oh, Arabella, thank you. Don't worry too much about captions. Your English is quite clear and understandable. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, I do like to have them on, and it's just something I just feel bad because I'm really good about having them and testing things ahead of time, but for whatever reason, with this update of transcripts of OBS and the new version of the plugin for the captions, it just wouldn't let me preview before I started streaming, and I didn't want to just start streaming and have it recording. Let's see, transcripts, no. Open captions, no. Add text output. Add text output. Text source. Okay. New captioner. Okay, I think I'm getting closer. Save. Okay. Is that it? Okay, no, that's not what I said. What is this? Add text outputs. Okay, wait. I think, okay, yay, okay. I managed to bungle my way through that really quickly. Awesome. Okay. Woo! Fun times. Thank you for your patience. Okay. These big words. Okay, so let me just go through all. Okay, good. They're here too, but they're also not quite right. Okay, good. And Big Julie Halloween. Okay. Jim Plays Games, good to see you as well. Rekimari777, good to see you. Okay, is the new version able to detect when someone's eating and show nom nom nom? I don't think. Oh wow, did it just move again? What's going on? What's going on? Why does it keep on resizing itself? Stop! Don't do that. Why are you resizing yourself? Don't do that. Okay, go smaller. Okay. Good enough. So, happy Crimson Tuesday. So, good news tonight. Return of the Dan. So around 9:30 or so, Dan will be back in town, and hopefully you can join me on stream tonight. And we're gonna do hopefully some new music or whatnot. See what he's been up to. Yes, captions have a personality of their own. Deluxe sections. Dan who? Cosmic Void 3, great to see you. Yes, I saw the tweet about the latest for Blood Nova. It's super exciting. And the new screenshots well, not new, but new for me. I hadn't seen some of those screenshots before. It looked amazing. So, very exciting stuff. Jim Plays Games. Man, I wish I didn't have a good sleep habit so I can see Dan. Yeah, Dan will be around 9:30. So in about an hour and a half or so, we'll be seeing him. I kind of wish. I'm not gonna fiddle with the captions tonight. They're good enough. Never mind. Okay. Hello, Eating With. Good to see you. So, tonight. Yes, Dan is following in a bit. First things first. Developer update. So I'm super excited that the beginning of this week, just on Monday, I guess, I finished Chapter 5, Section 2, assets and implementation, everything like that. I am just testing right now. So that's super exciting for me because I can move on to Chapter 5, Section 3, which is the last section of Chapter 5. And something that kind of happened accidentally, and this kind of happens sometimes when I'm building the sections, is I realized that something I wanted in Section 3 made more sense for it to be in Section 2. So Section 3 has even less stuff in it than I was expecting, which is actually really a nice surprise, because that means hopefully that this section will take less time than the other sections, but we'll see. Yay, yes, progress. It's so much fun to make the progress right now. Yes, so just today, and I guess for a few more days of this week, I will be just doing some quick testing just to make sure everything is kind of working fairly smoothly, and then yeah, I'm going to move on to Section 3 of Chapter 5. There's a really cool sequence in it that I can't wait to do, that I've been waiting a while to do ever since I guess, fall 2018, when I first made the first vertical slice of the game. I put something in that show, that wordplay show version demo, that I'm like, this is gonna pay off later, and I haven't gotten a chance to pay it off, but it pays off in Chapter 5, Section 3, so that's super exciting. Yes, exactly, Eating With. It's exactly what it is, trying to move around scenes in a book. So yeah, all these things are connected, and so as I'm building something out, I realize, you know what? I don't want this to be in the next chapter. It should really be at the end of this chapter. It makes more sense that way, and so that tends to happen when I'm kind of and I can't really tell that until I'm there building it and fleshing it out that I can make those decisions. So I kind of like the way I develop. I mean, people develop in completely different ways. I like my segmented approach, like developing by chapter. Other people will do the whole thing at once and then go back and fill in the assets. But I think that's actually a good way to go if you're not making your own assets, because then you know exactly what you need to hire for, which is super helpful for when you're hiring somebody. And I know other people also have that same approach, but for me, because I'm making stuff as I go, then it's okay for me to just have a list of assets I need for a segment and finish that up, and then I get to alternate between the planning stage and the programming stage and the assets. So it kind of keeps things fresh for me, which I do like. Yes, Jim plays games, except it's a book that can crash. Yes, anyway, yes, fake spoiler, Nancy develops shape-shifting abilities and learns how to transform into a cormorant. And actually, another thing I want to eventually stream is, yes, the Playdate. I want to do some of that. And actually, I saw some of the stream you were on, that Playdate, showing some of the Playdate games. Mel Loves Games Twitch channel. I took a peek at that. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw just the beginning of it. I do want to do my own stream of Playdate games eventually. Artistic Coolies, good to see you. Cosmic43 also likes developing by chapters. Most fun to be had by alternate between coding and creating art. Good. I'm definitely not alone, so that's nice. Something else. This is something that I don't really discuss this stuff too much, but I'm close to having 1,000 followers on Twitch. And way many months ago, before I thought that was actually a realistic goal, I said that when I get to 1,000 followers on Twitch, I would show photos of me as a 6-year-old dressed as a pretty princess. And I guess that still stands, because I did say that, and a promise is a promise. But if we get to that goal this week, I don't have that stuff prepared. But yeah, I guess if I get to 1,000 followers at some point, then I will show the subsequent stream. I will show. Actually, I should have had it prepped today, but I just didn't. That was bad of me. But I will have it prepped for next time. If that ever happens, I get to 1,000 Twitch followers, we will show pictures. Yes, 995. Yes, exactly, Masamisa. I should have been prepared sooner. Disaster Squad, good to see you. Jump around to whatever sounds fun to make at the moment. See, that's the luxury, definitely, of being a solo dev on your own schedule. You can just kind of do whatever pleases you. And Eating With, also your approach when writing your book. Deluxe Tech says, if we hit 1K when Dan is streaming, then it's on him. Yes, Dan has to show the pictures of him as a pretty princess. So whoever stream that we're on currently when that happens. So that is that, I think. Oh yeah, I think that's it for trailer. We're gonna show the trailer. I'm going to introduce myself. Welcome to Crimson Tuesday. I'm Julie Minamata. I'm the solo game dev behind the Crimson Diamond. Except for the music, Dan Polakar is on the music, and we'll be seeing him a bit later on tonight. But I've been making a mystery adventure game with a text parser interface. And it's 7 chapters long. I'm 66% of the way through chapter 5. And then, so it's coming around really well. Since I decided to really focus on not picking up other contracts and just working as much as I can on the game, I've been having a lot of progress, and that's been super encouraging. So we're hoping first quarter 2023 release. We'll see, because there's a lot of testing and there's a lot of polishing that needs to get done before I can really consider that. Yes, and the trailer. We're going to do the trailer right now. Can't start Crimson Tuesday without the trailer. After that, I'm going to show the details about that cute little... That's going to be... that's a new addition, the little cat painting in the bedroom. But I will show the trailer. This is in tribute to Judith Butler's lover, who has a different sleep schedule now, so won't be joining us as often. But Judith Butler's lover was a big fan of the trailer. So JBL, this one is for you. We're going to play trailer now and then move on to the rest of the evening. So here we go.
Crimson, Ontario was once a prosperous, lively mining town. But that was a long time ago. Now it's quiet, nearly deserted, and some folks aim to keep it that way. Nancy Maple is an aspiring mineralogist assigned to follow the trail of a dazzling diamond. An intriguing cast of characters has converged under one roof, each meaning to get their own way. Or else. Will Nancy untangle the mysteries and machinations before it's too late? Will the sleepy town of Crimson shine once more? Find out in The Crimson Diamond, an upcoming adventure game by Julia Minamata. The Crimson Diamond demo is available on Steam and itch.io for Windows PC and Mac OS.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Edenwaith, you mentioned the game Shift has become your latest gaming obsession. Did you get that? There's a bundle right now. Oh no, I think the bundle is over. I think it was over September 7th. There was a special on itch.io. There was a Playdate bundle that had a bunch of games in it. That was a really good deal. Is that the one? Is that where you picked it up, or did you just pick it up just individually on itch.io? Evil Tentacle, great to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, I'm kind of you mentioned Castle Helios, or someone mentioned Castle Helios or Helios. I need to check that one out as well, for sure. And I do want to develop my very own kind of narrative or adventure game on the Playdate, and I have some ideas. So hopefully that'll be something I can do. But first things first, show and tell. So let's talk about the mysterious Dido painting that's appearing in, I guess, whatever version of the demo I come up with next. Disaster Squad asks, "What's my task today?" Tonight is a fish gutting scene that's not too graphic. We're gonna work on that a little bit. But yeah, so this is the pink bedroom upstairs that Corvus and Jack are sharing. And yes, there is a new painting that is in this piece. And this piece is, where'd it go? Game screen. Is this. So this is the piece. I think I showed you guys this piece. My mom has been asking me about another patchwork project. And so what I've done is I've made a nice little pixelated, gridded out Dido cat for my mom, and you can see the bottom right corner is the start that she's made already on cutting those squares out, the little squares, to make a Dido patchwork quilt. And on that left hand side is this, which is my cross stitch. My cross stitch is going to be much smaller than my mom's patchwork, but this is what I've been working on. It's been keyed out a little bit, but there you can see it. And it's going to appear in the game now, because why not? We can do that. Yes, fish guts, lovely, lovely, lovely fish guts. So that's what we're going to be doing. So that is my current working working version of the game. That's a very good cat, artistically, he says. Indeed. And I wrote a little thing about how Nancy looks at that and says, that reminds me of the sweet tuxedo cat my parents and I used to have. That type of a thing. Something like that. Yeah. Cosmic 43 says, "For a second I thought that was the cat made for Inspector Waffles, but Inspector Waffles' cat was a basketball player, wasn't he?" Yes. Inspector Waffles' wool ball player was a basketball. It's a Dido cat. It's a different cat universe, I guess. In a different universe where cats and dogs live together, as in the Inspector Waffles verse, she is a wool ball player. But in this universe, she is just a sweet cat who someone cared enough about to make a painting or quilt or cross stitch of, which I think is pretty good. So there's that. And so going back to this, something else I wanted to mention, and something that we might do a little bit of tonight, but not as much as we did last week, is Speedy Adventures. There's a Discord community of adventure game speedrunners, and Nightbot has the link there. That says doing the Crimson Diamond demo for their short challenge for the month of September, and there's a few different runs that people can try. The videos of your runs are due to be submitted October the 3rd. If you join the Discord channel and you check out the thread short challenges and the pinned message, you can see all the rules and like when to start your timer and when to stop your timer and all that. And there's a few categories. There is any percentage completion, so completing the demo as fast as you can. There is a 100% completion of the demo, which is all the things that you can possibly do in the demo in terms of earning points. So that's another thing. There is a run that I'm going to try again today because I didn't get it right last time, is getting all the objects that are available, obtaining all objects that are available in the demo. I messed that up. I forgot the saucepan and the ice you can get. So I'm gonna actually do that one in a while. So after I do some fish gut work and then to take a quick little break, I'll do a couple speed runs of getting all the objects available and doing it right this time. We did a booze percent run, which is getting Nancy really really tipsy on whiskey to the point where she falls over, and a shower percent run, which is just getting the shower scene, the infamous shower scene. So, but yeah, so if you're interested, Speedy Adventures, there's a Twitter at Speedy Adventure, at SPEEDYADV, and if you go to their Discord, they have all that information and details available there. So. I haven't submitted any runs yet. I might do that after tonight. But yeah, it's just a fun thing, and I've kind of have this little dream of speedrunners running the full version of the Crimson Diamond at some point. So it was really a delightful surprise to learn that they picked the demo for the short challenge for September. So there's that. Moving on, I think that's all I wanted to show in terms of news. And we're going to just slide right in. Oh, let me start the music back again. We're going to slide right back into Photoshop. So let's get into Photoshop. Yes, I'm really happy Artistic Khaleesi's to have that. So this, I mentioned a helping hand in terms of a photo reference. So this was sent to me last stream. A very, very helpful hand reference for this fish gutting graphic that we've been working on. And here it is. So this is the graphic that I've been using as a visual reference. And it's pretty good, but the hands are kind of not the best, really. So somebody has helpfully sent me this wonderful reference with a surprisingly accurate fish as well. Yes, fish guts. So we're going to be using these hands as a wonderful visual reference to work on this piece that we have in front of us. So that's that. And I guess, let's see, looking at the time, it's 8:22. Probably at around either 8:45 or 9 o'clock, I might attempt to do an all obtainable object speed run in the Crimson Diamond demo. But let's get into this. So it's super helpful to have a really really clear exactly what I want reference. And I think I like the angle that the hands are being held in this photo reference more than what I currently have. So I'm actually going to perform some adjustments on what I have. Okay. Okay. So this one actually, I like where this thumb is. So we're actually, I'm going to duplicate this layer. And I'm going to cut this thumb and move it over. So let's see. So we're going to move this, and then we're going to have the other side of that hand but I really like that angle. It's much nicer. I like kind of a side view or 3/4 view of fingers versus like a straight on view. So they have more visual interest, really. So, and when we do that, we can see that we're going to be changing the angle of that thumbnail. And I like to sometimes exaggerate the size of a fingernail or something just for legibility. So we're going to do that, and we're going to actually add a bit of just a guide here to kind of give us, oh, you know what, we need to, oops, kind of, okay. And actually this is going to be, we're going to kind of turn this more toward us. Yes, redoing stuff can really add time to development, but That's another good thing about kind of doing your own art is you can redo stuff as many times as you want and no one is going to get angry at you for doing that. Yeah, so we're going to do that knuckle here. Right. Yes, Mouse Miss, that's true. Game jams as well. No time to redo anything. Which is a really nice exercise, and I keep saying that, oh, you know what, one day I'd really like to do a game jam. But I don't know if it's something that I would take to, but I think it's a really good exercise in, yeah, not laboring over something too much. And actually, when I go to Lake Ontario and I try to find rocks that I think would be really pretty to bring home and enjoy for its variety, it's a really good practice in just kind of picking something up and evaluating it and deciding, oh, that's because I kind of get attached to stuff really easily, and so it's nice to kind of practice just detaching yourself from something, even if it's as simple as a rock you just picked up 5 seconds ago. So that's been a kind of a nice way for me to kind of try to relax with some of my tendencies. And yeah, game jam would be another good way to do that. Of course, it's kind of a scary proposition, because I feel like I'm not comfortable with anything that I do until I spend a lot of time on it, and that's to my definitely to my disadvantage, because I don't feel comfortable doing something unless I can really polish it, and that's it's good and it's bad, just like most things. Ah, Disaster Squad. I'm trying a fat little potion bottle. I love little bottles. I really, really, really love little bottles. That's another thing I want to collect. I think I've shared on stream before. I don't have it prepped to show tonight if anyone was to redeem a book showing, but I have this wonderful little book of perfume bottles through the ages, and they're just they look like little potion bottles, and they're gorgeous. I'm a big fan of of small little things. And I actually, the last time I went to Lake Ontario to collect rocks, I tried to consciously pick up smaller rocks, because I've been just picking up giant, huge, honking rocks, and I feel like I want to sort of curate my collection a little better, so I have different sizes, smaller rocks that kind of show the same things, because there's different kinds of rocks, and so I want to have good examples that are smaller, that'll take up less space. And so that's been what I'm kind of been thinking of, and it's nice to be able to try to collect something in a different way. And it's really satisfying to see them all in a picture. I tweeted a picture of some rocks I picked up just this past weekend, and it's really cool to see a bunch of like little rocks all together that are so different, because it's kind of hard when you're on the shoreline to appreciate how different and beautiful rocks can be until you actually start separating them out and putting them next to the more dissimilar ones, and that's a very, I don't know, it just makes them just stand out more, and it's kind of magical that they can just turn out to be so much more, I don't know, more beautiful when you kind of set them against each other in a nice way. But I want to get better at identifying different kinds of rocks. All right. Maximus asks, do you make rock towers on the beach when you visit those? I've been here type ones. I don't tend to do like stuff like that so much. I'm mostly just like squatting on the beach, with a stick, poking through rocks and then picking up the ones I like. I've seen those, and those are really cool. And it's cool when you go hiking to lesser reachable places and seeing those types of things. I actually quite like this track. I'm just gonna see what track this is. Richardson's Pipes, lovely. Really nice. I don't know what we're going to be doing with Dan tonight. It's going to be what I had set up for last time he was supposed to stream with us, but I need to just do a quick review if and when Dan shows up tonight. The last time Dan streamed with us is in June, and it was for ending music. And there's going to be a few branching endings that need kind of different feelings, and I can't remember which one he did last time, but I do have it all saved in a Google Doc. We'll figure it out. And I would like to incorporate more music in the actual in the demo, so Dan has to start delivering some of the tracks that he's already made on stream in a polished form. So that's something else I need to badger him about. Yes, bad ending music, exactly. Yes, last time Dan streamed with us, Theodore Roosevelt was president. Yeah, just reminded of Robot Spacer finished streaming the Dagger of Amon-Ra last week, I think. So Robot Spacer played it once, did not get such a good ending, speaking of endings, and then replayed it and got with some help. So, that game's really difficult to get a good ending. And so he played through it again on stream and got a really nice ending. So congratulations to Robot Spacer for that. I wonder what he's going to play next. One of the things that was proposed was Return of the Obra Dinn, so that would be really exciting. Because that's actually one of the few games I have played. And it's fantastic. Yes, Maximus, it was so inspiring to see how dedicated Robot Spacer was to Dagger of Amon-Ra and Colonel's Bequest. He ended up concluding that he actually preferred the Colonel's Bequest more as a mystery, which I think I feel the same way. But I love the soundtrack for Dagger of Amon-Ra. I love the soundtrack for Dagger of Amon-Ra more than I actually like it for Colonel's Bequest. But I love to see people discover the old classics nowadays and just still really enjoy them. It's really inspiring to me. But the first thing we're gonna do when we look with Dan chooses someone to raid. So what we'll probably do is because it is some people may be speedrunning the Crimson Diamond demo, maybe we'll look for someone to see if they're doing that when we have time to raid. But if not, I'm curious to see what Robot Spacer will be up to tonight. Or maybe we can find someone else to raid, because we sometimes have really nice luck with people with raiding. A few weeks ago we raided Ash Said Hi, and that was a wonderful raid. So it's really nice to raid new people, because there's so many wonderful streamers on Twitch. Yeah, Edith asks, did Robot Spacer finally get the good ending, or did he mix up on the final answers? Yeah, he tried to do the answers. So after I rated him last week, I watched for a bit, and then I had to go. But then I went back and watched the video later, and he tried to get a really good ending. He got like a mediocre ending, just completely on his own, better than his first playthrough. But then he let people in chat kind of help him. And he ended up getting, really, I think probably a really good ending, if not the best ending. Well earned. Deluxe Tech says, I kind of like the characters in Amon-Ra a bit better too. Yeah, the characters probably are maybe better written. I like the character portraits too quite a bit. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to think about which characters I prefer more. Um, with the voice acting, some of the accents are a bit much, but yeah, I'd have to really think about that. I guess what I liked about the characters in the Colonel's Bequest was near the end of the game, people started getting freaked out. Like not the player, but like Rudy starts getting worried, I think, and Clarence gets worried, and people start wondering where's everybody and what's going on, Sheely and everything. So I like that aspect of it, where what's going on seems to affect the other characters in the story of the Colonel's Bequest. Yes, and Eden with yes, I love the Egyptology vibe. I love the Art Deco art direction as well for that Dagger of Amon Ra. So there's a lot of good going for the Dagger of Amon Ra for sure. And Eden Way says the first chapter of Amon Ra is certainly different and feels sort of disconnected from the rest of the game. And yeah, just to Jeffrey, we're lovely raiders. I really, you guys are awesome. And this one is quite a bit shorter actually than the other ones. Let's do that. Yes, raiders from Canadian streamers have to be nice. It's the law, eh? His players playing adventure games with loop in a notebook, directed by the devs. Yes, Robot Spacer has wonderful notes, Maximus. They're amazing. Yeah, and even with it's tricky to answer the questions. Actually, I keep on getting the angle of this finger wrong. It's really hard to figure all that stuff out. I think in the Dagger of Amon Ra, but I do feel like the story is more complicated in Dagger of Amon Ra, so that's another thing going for it. Why can't I get this finger? Can't get this finger right. I change this. I gotta change this part. That's also the rest of this hand part is kind of throwing me off too. Ugh. Ah. Eden with us, was there a diskette version of Amon Ra with different character portraits? There's a scene early in the game where one sees a side view of Laura's head. I think I know what you mean, and I think it just had to do with I think it was in like the Tribune offices is where that happens, and I think it just was an alternate version they used for certain applications, but I don't think it replaced the actual speech portrait. Yeah, Cosmic Void 3, you like the voiceover? Well, I was thinking of people like Patasha Top Smith. I thought was kind of not that great. But I really like the narrator. I like Laura's voice. Steve Dorian's voice is just so weird. Artistic Ulysses asked, are there any characters in your game that you have an idea of how they'd sound if there was voice acting? Actually, yes. It's funny that you asked that because I've seen streamers and I've seen people at events deliver the dialogue of the different characters, and they kind of, a lot of them do the same things with their voices, and I think we've discussed this before, how they all have a voice for Nessa that sounds the same, almost the same, and it's kind of the voice I was thinking of anyway. So I think we're all on the same page, which is kind of nice. There's not been any surprises really. But I like the idea of people applying their own voices to the characters, and I think for me, it kind of makes the game more like a book. Yeah, Goman Simon says a good reference can do wonders. The hand is already looking better. Yes, I'm really so. Thank you, anonymous benefactor, for providing this visual reference. Yes, exactly. Nessa was born in England. You'd imagine Nessa would have a snooty better than thou accent, and she certainly does. I don't know. She probably doesn't have too much of a strong English accent. She might have a touch of it because she left England as a young girl, maybe when she's about 6 or 7 or 8. So she would remember living there, and she might have an accent from that, but she might have lost quite a bit of it. But yeah, her tone would be exactly what you're thinking. Yes, Laura's talking with Rube, eating with. Yeah, so I think only that specific context is when we get the profile of Laura's face. Yeah, someone raised Steve's voice by 2 octaves. Yeah, it's an exceedingly strange choice. I guess they just wanted to use the same voice actor, which was I think Josh Mandel, but they needed to make him sound different from his other characters that he was voicing in the game. That's what I assume. So. Nelson, good to see you. Cool, EGA fish score, how niche can one get? Yeah, so it's another kind of reason why I do like EGA is because even when there is gore, it's pretty far removed from real gore. I'm not particularly squeamish or anything like that, but for the genre of cozy mystery, I feel like it's nice when things are not all that graphic, even when, this might be considered graphic, or could be. But there's something about the low resolution and the colors that we're using here that kind of don't make it quite as frightening maybe or off-putting as it could be. Yeah, Slash Studio believes that for Dagger of Amon-Ra, the voiceover kind of bad. Ended up working in the game's favor, had charm. I like Sierra voice acting. It hits a sweet spot for me of amateurish, but earnest, and I think it's really sweet. It's never really bothered me. I mean, of course, there's some voices that people tend to generally dislike, like Jollo. I don't like Jollo's voice in King's Quest VI. That's the one that immediately springs to mind. Is the best gutted fish presented in EGA so far. As Beta Human, good to see you. That's the second guttedest fish, EGA fish I've ever seen. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. I mean, it might not win any awards, for its depiction, but it's alright. As long as it gives you the idea of, that's what's happening or whatever, then I'm fine with it. It's fine. And then there's actually, this is for the rest of the hand. Actually, I gotta move this because I don't want that lining up with that line. It's like I sometimes like to make those circular wrinkles in fingers. Yes, Nelson, Manhunter did a good job of the horrifying EGA imagery. Yes. I even remember seeing the ads in Computer Gaming World or other gaming magazines and how freaky that one, that face was, that death mask face with the eyeballs. Yeah, for sure. Yes, Eating with You were fine with Jollo's voice, had that Ed Wynn vibe, also known as the Mad Hatter from Disney's cartoon of Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I don't mind the Ed Wynn doing Ed Wynn, I guess. Idiocracy, good to see you. Yes. I feel like I've seen Fish on your stream for a month straight, but it does look great. Probably longer, Idiocracy, honestly. But, who's counting? Who's counting? Oh, you like Jello's voice too as well, Bilkun? Oh dear. I guess I'm in the minority of Jello's voice. So let's tackle this other hand. Wonderful. So, I might have to make that hand bigger, but that's a problem for another day probably. But yeah, let's tackle this one. So let's change the angle. I really love the angle of these hands. Fantastic. Okay, so that hand, I'm just gonna draw over, I think. Eating with is in King's Quest V. The voice I liked the best was the little girls in the toy shop. I really liked like the father and son in the toy shop because they sounded completely not like they were ever related. But I just love that because that's like that amateurish kind of community theater vibe we were talking about that I really find appealing. It's really sweet. Yeah, Eden Way says the court gesture. Yes, Jello. It was King's Quest 6. I think it's possible to not interact with him. Jello being the court gesture. Yeah, it's just that. Ooh. Davor, good to see you. Hey, Crimson Crew. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, we're just kind of redoing this fishy. The hands that are gutting fish. And with this beautiful photo reference that is super helpful. And yeah, I'm really pleased with the fact that this is probably not going to take me nearly as long as some of the more detailed work that we've been doing. So that's nice. Yes, exactly, Bilkun, yes. The voice actors, yeah, they were clearly, they had different accents clearly, but the people voicing the characters were probably had different accents and that naturally, so that just was like, okay, that's adorable, you guys. And I don't know I think they explicitly said that was father or son, or I don't know if they were just to make that assumption. And my nose is itchy. Sorry, I got like hay fever. I was sneezing a lot today, but not anymore. So that's I'm thankful. Eating Way says, then there are movies where the casting is awful. Example, The Wolfman, where Lon Chaney Jr., who has an American accent and is a head taller than his dad in the movie Cloud Rains. I have not seen The Wolfman. Of course, the famous example that I remember people giving is Sean Connery in The Hunt for Red October, and how he's supposed to be Russian, but he's very, very Scottish. Yeah, Mouse Moose, we're keeping the background black, and this is just going to be just these three elements: the two hands and the fish, and the diamond that's going to be falling out eventually. So that's it. We're going to keep it very simple for those things. Not much else necessary. So definitely going to work in our favor on that score. Also, Christopher Lambert as a Scotsman, speaking of Scotsman, in Highlander, and of course the other one, of course, is Kevin Costner as Robin Hood. Oh, Christopher Columbus podcast, Dave, where you just finished. Was it boring? You say that. Something that won't make yourself drink yourself to sleep. Oh, I was thinking when you said Chris Columbus, do you mean like the filmmaker Chris Columbus, or do you mean Christopher Columbus? Mm-hmm. Okay, the toy maker's grown son calls him Papa, Bilkins says. Okay, that's adorable. Oh, cool, Dave, we're cooking vindaloo tonight. Come on, so Sean Connery and Marnie is supposed to be from Boston, the Scottish part of Boston, apparently. Yeah, it's I don't know. Like accents are hard, but I don't know. Oh, Edenway says, and Men in Tights, they took a subtle dig at Kevin Costner's lack of an English accent. I still like that Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. I saw that, I rewatched it recently, and it holds up. It's delightful. I will hear, well, I'm not going to say I will hear not a word against it, because totally it's legitimate to say have lots of criticism about it. But it's, I don't know, it's just so much fun. I can't help myself. It's so cheesy, but it's the best. I'm just glad I stopped sneezing. Oh my gosh. Okay, genocide. Okay, sorry, Dave. I thought, yeah, we were just talking about films, so I thought you meant Chris Columbus, which is kind of like really unusual that there is a film director named Chris Columbus. A historic Columbus. Historic Columbus, yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. Oh wow, Jester Jaffe says, speaking of Christopher Lambert, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid was Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan. I have not seen that either. I only know Christopher Lambert from his Highlander movies. And I can't remember if I've seen I don't know if I've seen all of them. I very well could have seen all of them. So where is that grip of that happening? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna make it so that the hand is gonna grip the guts. I'm gonna sneeze actually, probably. Hold on. I'm gonna sneeze. Where's my mute button? Do I have a mute button? Okay, hold on. Okay, I found that right in time. That was really loud. I'm so sorry. Oh. Whew, okay, yes. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, good. Yeah, I managed to turn the microphone slider down. I was like panicking. Carrie Elwes was in Princess Bride. I don't think Christopher Lambert was in Princess Bride. I did not want to sneeze like that. I sneezed really loud. I wouldn't have wanted to hear that. Oh my goodness. So. Oh my goodness. So actually, this is going to go like this. That's the first time I think I've sneezed on stream. Yes, Cosmic43, a fellow loud sneezer. So, you know, usually I manage to get it. I'm going to sneeze to people around me before I do it. You know, sometimes I can do that, and that's a courtesy I'm more than happy to extend. Dave Boy says, oh, so I'm playing through Dragonsphere now. There's a segment where you can learn a fictional language via immersion to solve puzzles, and I desperately want a text parser implementation. Ooh, fascinating. That sounds like a puzzle that would take a lot of work. Oh yes, and yeah, of course, Heaven's Vault has some kind of mechanic like that. Dave War mentions. Heaven's Vault, I thought, was really very lacking the ability in contrast to actually use the language one learns. Aha, yes. I have not played Heaven's Vault, but I hear that, yeah, it does some interesting stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm okay. It's okay. Kind of late summer is when my hay fever tends to act up, but it's not too bad of a hay fever. Oh, BMD nerd. Seconds Dragon Sphere had a good story. A lot of work would be so cool. I guess like yeah, that is the thing, isn't it? A lot of work so cool. That tends to be how that goes, isn't it? Ugh. Bill can also I sneeze loudly too. It's an event, at least for me. Yes. Yeah, my sneezing is just like that. Ugh. Actually, I'm just gonna black all that. If I want it, it's still under there, so I'm not too sad to see that go. Let's do this. Ugh. Just as Jeffy says, you have to sneeze loudly, otherwise, how would literally everyone within an 800-foot radius know when to say Gesundheit? It's interesting because actually, I think I mentioned this before. Like culturally, I don't think I asked my mom this because usually growing up when we sneezed, we didn't say anything, and I think a lot of cultures will say something to acknowledge someone has sneezed. But I asked my mom. I don't know if it's just like a her thing or a family thing or a cultural thing, and I think I looked it up. But apparently, Japanese people, like people who are brought up culturally Japanese, they don't acknowledge when people sneeze. Like they don't say anything. I don't know. Feel free to correct me on this, but it's just something I didn't notice that people would do until I saw that this is something that is a common thing. But I think I could have sworn I looked that up, but of course I can't remember anything, so I could very well be very wrong on that count. Nell Sim says, I love loud sneezers. I can scream at the top of my lungs at the same time and nobody ever calls me out for it. That's some timing you have there. Tika! Yay, good to see you. Fellow Canadian. I love that emote. It's so cute, Tika. Mouseman says, yes, can confirm sneezing is a private affair in Japan. Yeah, it's just so, it's something, when I started going to school, I think, and people would do it, and I'm like, I think I just got used to that, but yeah, I mean, in the house, yeah, never really did. Which is weird because, yeah, I mean, it's something you'd think people would acknowledge. Because, yeah, so many cultures do. Sorry for sniffling. Jesse Jeffrey says, in our house, when someone sneezes, we say, may the force be with you. Sometimes shortened to just force. Oh. Eden Way says, I had a school teacher who had very cute, timid sneezes. She had a series of sneezes and then said, oh, that was a big one. Yeah, after someone sneezes for a third time, just say, stop it now. Jim Matt says, the fish looks great. Thank you, Jim Matt. Welcome back. Jim Matt says, you've managed to make it look adorable and not gross. Despite the context. Yeah, I tried to keep the fish's expression neutral. Like, I don't want it to look suffering, because fish kind of just look like fish a lot of the time. But I didn't want to give it a smile or anything like that, so been just trying to keep it pretty neutral. Oh, my goodness. I'm okay. It's hay fever. Oh, 9 o'clock. What did I say? Like, yeah, 9 o'clock. Oh, yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna, I'm gonna do a quick speed run of an all objects run in the Crimson Diamond. I said I was gonna do 8:45 or 9 o'clock, but we were just on a really nice roll with this hand stuff, so that was pleasant. Yes, BMD nerd. Multiple sneezes equal you being dramatic now. I don't tend to do multiple sneezes. I might do 2 in a row. 3 on a very rare occasion. But maybe if you do a giant loud sneeze, that blows everything out, and then you don't have to do other sneezes? I don't know. Yeah, Bill Kuhn says, I've always been told the origin of God bless you for sneezes was a European belief that your soul escaped your body during a sneeze, and the God bless you was to keep the devil away while it got back into your body. I've heard that same thing, Bill Kuhn. But I guess with Japanese people, they don't go in for that, so I guess maybe that's why they don't say anything. Although Japanese culture, like with Shinto and stuff, like they believe in all kinds of spirits. So it's kind of interesting that they don't believe anything superstitious about sneezes because they're superstitious in plenty of other ways. Oh, Maximus says, oh my gosh, you'll probably want to raid Robot Spacer again, a one-bit Mac adventure game. Oh no. That's so appealing. I can't not. It's so bad because Robot Spacer we tend to raid a lot, and I like to discover new streamers, but Robot Spacer just picks these perfect games that I so badly want to rate him. So we just very well might. Oh, I already was saving on Google Drive. Save on under this. Yes. Okay. Oh, David said, read recently that fish can taste very differently depending on how much it flopped around and was terrified before dying. I'm not sure if I've heard that about fish, but I've heard that about other types of like proteins. And I read that I specifically read that in a manga called Iron Walk Jan. So I'm not sure how realistic that is, but yeah, if the animal is stressed, then it releases all kinds of stress hormones and stuff into its meat. I think, apparently and theoretically, that this is the case. So yeah, it's better not to stress animals out before you eat them, which I guess it's a funny contrast in two different things. But yeah, it can affect the flavor of the meat, at least in the cooking manga I used to read. But I do think there is some truth to that. Yes, Jester Jeffy, you can. Jester Jeffy says, I can always induce a sneeze by looking toward the sun, and that's a tip that people use if you feel that you've got a sneeze coming on, but it's just not coming out. If you look up into a light, which is what I did actually once I had my mic muted. And also it's kind of hard to avoid the ring light that's in front of my face. But yeah, if you feel a sneeze, but it's not, you can't quite get there. If you look at it as a light source or the sun, up at the sun, it will help you get that sneeze out. Yeah. Cypress G, good to see you. That's a relief. That means as a digital artist, cannibals will never want to eat me due to all my stress hormones. Oh, milk as well as Bill Kuhn in terms of stressing out cows. Oh, not everyone has that reflex, Dave War says, about looking into the sun and sneezing. Well, I happen to have it, so if anyone is unsure, definitely try it, because having a sneeze that won't come out is one of those I would think would be a near universal human experience. But yeah, let's we're gonna call it I'm actually not gonna call it a complete night yet with this, because there's still a chance that Dan will elude our grasp, in which case I will keep this open still. But Alt Control Tab I think is my shortcut. But I am going to go into my speedrun stuff. So live split. Let's turn on the live split. Right, there's the live split. Let's turn on the control global hotkeys. And yeah, let's do a couple speedruns of an all object run. And this time I will show every object that's obtainable. The Discord, the Speedy Adventures Discord, is actually really helpful in reminding me about objects I had missed in my own demo, which is a little bit embarrassing. But yeah, we're gonna do that. So turn off. Turn that off. Okay, turn that off. Turn that off. Turn this off. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to test the timer. Okay, so that is working. Okay, great. Okay, we're going to try to do a speed run of all objects, and I'm going to turn down that music because I know it's going to be loud. So sorry, Dan, your lovely music. So the rules for all of the timings of these speed runs is you start the timer when you press the new game, and so I'll do that. pick a fly off the fly paper. Yeah, you can't pick the flies off the fly paper. That's both gross and impossible. Okay, so let's do this. And this is not my most current build, so it doesn't have the updated graphics, and it doesn't have the Dido painting in it. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so let's get into this, and let's pump up the speed. We can take hat, take coat, take soot, open door. Okay. Open this door. Oh, not close enough. Oh. Okay. Oh, great. Oh. Get the powder out. So we do have to talk. The trick is you do have to talk to everyone in the lodge. Oh, there's nothing in there to take. Because there's something you can't, there's a few things you can't take unless you talk to everyone. So that's a bit of a trick. I don't think there's anything in those rooms. I'm going to forget something again and be embarrassed again. I'm pretty sure. Did I forget it? I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. I'm feeling a little self-conscious, so I'm gonna actually have to check soon. Oh no, who did I forget to talk to? Who did I forget to talk to? Oh my gosh. I already have to bin this because I've forgotten someone to talk to. I forgot to talk to Kimmy. That's not good. Okay, we're gonna have to restart that. Stop. Clear. No. Okay. Run's dead. Okay. I am going to do a quick check. Oh, I love that sad Mario Day. Okay, I'm just gonna refresh my memory of all the objects that I need to find. So in the Speedy Adventure Discord, in the Show Challenges thread, yeah, I did post a screen cap of the objects, but it's not even complete. It's not even complete because I forgot stuff. Okay. Okay, no, I think I'm good. I just messed that up because I didn't talk to Kimmy in the first room. So embarrassing. Okay, start again. I can't see the game? Hold on. Let's relaunch. Let's relaunch the game. I haven't started it yet. Where'd it go? I can see that you can't see the game. That's really strange. What happened? Oh, I must have turned off. Okay, I shouldn't have. Okay, that's fine. You have missed nothing. Okay. Oh, hold on. I gotta start that again. I didn't start the timer yet. And yes, the volume is something I need to fix. It keeps resetting itself. Okay. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay. Oh no, you can't. Yeah, take hat. I'm not a pro, and I forgot to turn the speed up. Oh, and I forgot to turn off the tutorial boxes. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna restart this. Yes. Every time, the sound, every time. I'm gonna start that again. Start again. Make sure everyone can see. Okay. Turn off tutorial boxes. Important. Yes, tutorial boxes off. Okay. forgot to change the speed again. Actually, you know, that's probably the better way to do it. Because then I don't have to, I don't have to retype stuff. It's kind of nice. So now I can open this. I'm optimizing. Okay. There's nothing in that room. There's something in this room. Gotta talk to this guy. Okay, great. Oh no! Okay. Nothing else here, here. Great. Okay, great. And there's some stuff in these cupboards that you can't get to because Jack won't let you until after dinner. So that's another little thing we have to keep in mind. Okay? Okay. Now we can get into, let's help Jack. Okay. So this is the tricky part. I forgot this. Oh no, wrong thing. Can take this pan. Okay, take kettle. Can take ice pick. And I forgot this, you can take ice with the ice pick. Okay, that's everything. 223. 223, 23. Oh, he used to have Zelda speedrunning much, Davor. The speedrunning is difficult. Yeah, I am obviously not very good at this. So I can only imagine how. Here's the full. So I guess when you scroll, Nancy's notebook is at the bottom, but because you default to having that, it's not really necessary to scroll down to see it. So that is the full item list for the game in chapter 1. Let's go back to graphical. So the reason that we have to end up in the kitchen for an all items playthrough is that the saucepan and the kettle, both of these, she won't leave this room with. So if you try to leave this room, she returns the kettle and the saucepan to their locations. Yeah, it's a good amount. It's a healthy amount of inventory. Yeah, absolutely. So there's some ice chips. I love inventory items. So I know on Twitter there's been some discussion about what you should do with items you no longer need. And I like carrying my items. I do. I don't know if it's a matter of if you don't need them anymore, if they can have like a colored outline or just something that says they're not needed anymore. Actually, Saturday Edition, which is a playdate kind of adventure game, has a really interesting inventory system in which you can ask people about certain things, but if you don't need to ask them about that thing anymore, it becomes like a crumpled up piece of paper icon, which is interesting. So some kind of modification of the graphic might be a nice way to show that, but you could still enjoy all the stuff you've hoarded up to that point. Artistic Coolie says yes, stay in inventory. Definitely likes that. And Mouseman says yes, definitely stay in inventory. I just like it. I like them. They're like little trophies, right? I like the little graphics. Anyway, it says I just got Saturday Edition on my playdate yesterday. Haven't tried it yet. I'm running up a high score in Shift right now. Like I have not tried Shift. I might get into it, although I have to buy it first. But I might just buy it just individually and see what I think of it. But honestly, Eating With, out of all the games I played in on the playdate, Saturday Edition It's first of all, it's yeah, it's the most adventure gamey of the games. So I love it already. But it does some really interesting things with audio. The audio is really really amazing, and the inventory system is really cool. And then of course, Demon Hunter 1985 or not or Demon Hunter 85 as well. Bilkun asks, how would a player or player character ever know that an object is no longer needed? Doesn't that at very least break some immersion? No, it's true, Bilkun. Yeah, it does. It does break immersion. It can break immersion. Um, but I guess it would be just to simplify things. Like I don't think I would show any indication if you don't need any. Like there is stuff in this inventory that you don't need, and I don't think you're ever gonna need. So I'm not one of those people who's gonna, put like a little mark on them to say that you don't need these things. Uh, but I can totally understand for streamlining purposes or ease of use that people would do that, and I don't mind. But I mean, for this, I won't. I won't be doing that myself. Like the thing is for instance, the hat and the coat. Not to spoil anything, but you come. It makes sense to me that you'd have a hat and coat because she's like leaving to go somewhere, so of course she's gonna have a hat and a coat. And I'm not gonna say that those are necessarily useful items, right? But it just makes sense for me that she would have them. Although, yeah, and it's not even a matter of everything that you're wearing is an inventory item, like your socks and your shoes and stuff like that. I know some adventure games will go that far, but I'm not going to do that. But she's not wearing these items anymore, so I don't know. I guess I could have made them so you can't pick them up, but I have no excuse. I have no excuse. Theodore says, no opinion on items that become useless, but I do kind of hate the useless space cloggers in Monkey Island. Yeah, like I think Curse of Monkey Island has some useless items in it. Um, hmm. Because yeah, I can see how they would be. It'd be hard to decide whether or not you'd need to use them. So I can see the frustration. I can definitely see both sides of that. Yeah, D says, to be fair, I think the middle ground is the item disappears. It doesn't break immersion, but it still indicates the item is used up. But the setback, you never get to see it again. Yeah, that's my thing. Is I don't like the item disappears idea, and well, I mean, technically, in the beginning of the Crimson Diamond, and your items do disappear because you start with a luggage and you end up not having that luggage, so you don't have access to anything that your field kit or anything that you've brought up with you. But it's not like it's something that the player had themselves and experienced and then lost. I don't like losing stuff. I mean, in real life, I don't like losing stuff. I don't like losing stuff in games. I don't know. There must be some kind of solution, and I'm sure that it's not a one size fits all thing either. Of course. Yeah, yeah, and also yeah, there's different inventory systems. Like we played Personal Nightmare. We did that Let's Play where you had pockets that could fit a few things here and there, and you just had to like look through all your pockets and briefcases and your clothes. You could have pockets and clothes that you weren't wearing, and it was a very cumbersome way to handle inventory. But it's really cool to come across different systems. Oh yeah, Maximus. Yeah, that's also a really good solution. Is just give people a choice, give people an option if they want unnecessary items to disappear or not. Not be included, or if they become not needed anymore, have them disappear. Just give people that option. I'm always in favor of giving people a choice of how they want to play. And of course, that's why I have a few different options here. Like you can do a text-based inventory, or you can do the graphical inventory. So yeah, definitely a fan. Definitely a fan of that approach. I need to play more roguelike stable. Yeah, that's another thing when we talked about like the therapeuticness of going along the shores of Lake Ontario and picking stuff up and then deciding you don't want them anymore and just letting go of stuff. I find that a therapeutic exercise. So yeah, like a roguelike would be a good way for me not to get too invested in a particular like playthrough or items. Definitely. Cypress D says, yeah, I think an item catalog might satisfy the desire to look back at items, like the bestiary in RPGs with hundreds of monsters. Oh, that's good. Like the Pokedex. I like that. I do like that's also a very nice. But I mean, in game it'd be kind of hard to explain why you have that. But I think that's a nice solution too. There's so many. I love the fact that there's so many different ways to approach this. Yes, and Bilkin as well. Of course, tabletop role playing games you can use any inventory item in any way. And Dave, where you're a fan of accommodating skill difference but less so design. Skill difference also like yeah, that's also nice. I like the different like with Monkey Island the different difficulty settings because it's kind of gives you replay value and also is good for like if you think it'd be more approachable for kids to play the simpler version or something. It's nice. Now somebody says this scene looks pretty cool. Open cupboards, water dripping, kettle on. I like it. There's something useless I want to put in this game, which is the ability to make tea. But I don't know if I'll eventually do it. You could sit in here actually too. You can just plop yourself down. Just be here. But yeah, let's try this again because Dan should be on soon enough. I'm gonna give this maybe one or two more tries, and then we'll go back to fish guts until Dan time. So let's restart. So sorry about the music again. I'm gonna apologize every time to remind myself I need to fix that. Let's reset. All cheers percentage. That could be a thing. But yeah, I mean, there's no. I haven't maybe like in the final version of the game, I'll have stuff where, you know, like if speedrunners want to check if they sat everywhere or opened up all the doors and cupboards, there'll be an easy way to check that. But that's not been implemented yet. Oh, Dave, that's a good point. Honestly, I play many more games on easy mode as an adult just so I can get to the story bits. Yeah, that's another thing is, so you know, people will want to play it in different ways, right? Some people want to just have the story and have a bit of interactivity, and some people want like the grinding and the fights and stuff. Okay, so let's try this again. Now that we're more familiar with how we need to obtain all the items, which is a silly thing to say considering I made this. I also have not a great memory. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh no, I forgot to turn the tutorial boxes up. Well, they're not a huge deal for me. I don't actually. I don't know. I say that now. We'll see if the time will tell, right? Literally, time will tell. Okay, let's do this. Oh yeah, that does. It's a minimal. Like my own fumbling, you know, is kind of is worse than the time loss for the tutorial boxes. Okay, go. Ooh, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. 210.66. So I did beat my first one, so that was nice by a significant amount. Just as Jeffy says, I used to never play on easy mode, but then my backlog of shame grew to a point that I need to get through games a bit quicker, so easy mode it is. Dave, where I tend to like my crunchy games crunchy, my story games story-y. Very much I keep the peas away from the mashed potatoes guy. Ooh, I can just say take powder, Mousimus. I will try. Yes, personal best. 210.66. Sweet. I'm gonna just message Dan to check on him, and then we'll see. Hold on, I'm gonna just move the caption away a little bit, so it's not really interfering so much with the live split. That's fine. Okay. Great. Great. I'm gonna just give me a second to message Dan, and we'll do it one more time, and then if Dan is, we will continue with the fish guts until Dan is ready. Okay. So. Okay. Doing speed runs. Dan said he's just setting up. Cool. Okay, so I think we can definitely squeeze in at least one more speed run, and then we're going to hand it over to Dan. I should have screen capped my items, which I did not do, but he says hopefully he can remember how to do this. Gee. Okay. Maximus, it's never occurred to me to ask for something in an adventure game. Why don't we do that actually? This will be... I'm just going to restart, and I'm actually going to just... I want to see if I can do that. I'm not going to do a timer for this. I just want to see if that will work. I still want to speed it up though, because... So, oh, I gotta also turn off, I forgot to turn off the tutorial boxes. Hopefully that will shave off some time. So let us, TPP. Okay. Take powder? She can just give it to you if you take it? Oh, good. Okay, yeah, you can just take powder. Well, that will save some time as well. Good to know. Okay. Okay. Okay, turn off tutorial boxes. Super important. Take powder works. Thank you, Maximus. Okay. Here we go. Do you need to talk in items percent? Yes, Maximus. We can't get the plate and the glass unless we get Jack away from cooking. And Jack, in order to get Jack away from cooking, we need to finish the dining room cutscene, and also help him with the dishes. I believe we have to help him with the dishes. Actually, that's another thing to check. Come to think of it, because I think I used to have it programmed that you couldn't get into the cupboards above the sink when Jack was washing the dishes, but I don't know if I kept that. So we might not need to get rid of him, actually. Okay, so I'm not going to Oh No's Bro says he doesn't let you get close. Good to see you, by the way, Oh No's Bro. In your testing, he doesn't let you get close, but after the hold on, I'm not going to time this. I'm just going to do a little bit more research. I can't remember if he'll, like, when he's washing the dishes at the sink, if he's going to let you get into that cupboard above his head. Because before I programmed it, like, he'd say, like, don't, as you would. I mean, if you were standing at the sink, you wouldn't want someone opening up the cupboard directly above your head. So I'm just going to quickly check that. Evorius, good to see you as well. So we've got some members of the Speedy Adventures community, which is really awesome to see you guys. I'm just right now, I did a proper all items run just now. And got a decent time, probably nowhere near you. Oh, I forgot these guys down here. Nowhere near what you guys can do. What I've seen you guys be capable of. But wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to see you. And yes, Speedy Adventures, I will do the links. So that's the Discord link to Speedy Adventures community, and where you can find all the rules for submitting your speed runs for the runs that we've been doing for Crimson Diamond. In the short runs challenge thread, there are some like suggestions of runs to do, and that is all due October the 3rd. So yeah, we can't get into this area because he tells us to go away. But let's see if this works. Stand. Okay, so let us see if we can open up this cupboard with him being there. Yes. So you cannot get the plate until after you've helped Jack, and he moves away from the dishes. So you can open this one, I think. Yeah, you can open this one, but he doesn't want you opening the one that's right in front of his face. So you definitely have to help Jack before you do that. So let's restart this, and let us try at least one more run of all items percent. Havoria says, so happy to drop by. I have had an accident and will not be able to do a proper short challenge run, but I may create my own category for the short challenge. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just took a quick glance to find my item list screenshot in the thread. I didn't get a chance to read about what happened, but oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear it. I just took a glimpse at the photo, and I hope you're doing okay. But yes, get well soon. Golden Drake, good to see you. Golden Drake says, you've done such a great job with this game, Julie. I love it. Thank you so much, Golden Drake. Golden Drake is another game dev. It's great to see more game devs in here. Yeah, Golden Drake, if you're hanging around, Dan will be joining us shortly. He's just setting up right now. But I'm going to do another quick speed run on all items in the demo playthrough. So let's do this. Turn off those tutorial boxes. That's the first tip. Okay, and we start right after we press new game. Okay. So there's definitely, I like this run because there's a few things you have to get done in order to get all the items. So you have to talk to everyone, which is kind of nice. So we have to... Oh, did I talk to her? Oh my gosh. Yes. See, I'm not an expert. I already forgot. And my typing's not the best right now. Okay. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I'm not smelling a championship run this time. It's not gonna happen. I should have changed my tag. It's I keep forgetting to play my own game. I could change my tag. And you could get, you know what? I could get. Actually, this is good because I can do this. It's the same. Oh, it's not in here. Oh my gosh! I tried to take a saucepan that wasn't there because obviously it's on the stove right now. I was trying to save time and I just lost time. Yeah, so that's another thing. You have to do this. The saucepan, you can't get the saucepan until now. Another thing being, yeah, I like this run because you have to get through all 3 sections of chapter 1 to get all the items, which I kind of like. I mentioned that chapter 5 is 3 sections. Chapter 1 is also 3 sections internally. 225. My gosh, so much worse. So much worse. Oh, Havoris, you love the music in this game, real good. Yeah, like Dan will be around soon. We're going to be making a new track for the game, which is going to be exciting. So if you like the music, you can see how that gets made from beginning to end if you're able to stick around. Marsman says, starting to crave those mechanical keyboards. I've got the keyboard really too close to me right now. It's like giving me arm strain, so I gotta like move it back a little bit. Okay, there, that's better. Ace, good to see you. Ace asks, have you or do you plan to add random events? I don't plan to add any random events. Yeah, we were speaking about that last week in terms of speed running Nintendo games and how there'd be so many places where it's completely up to chance to get a really good playthrough. And Dan has just sent me the link, so that's good timing. Yes, blame the allergies for not smelling a championship run, Edenwith says. Oh, Dan says almost there. Okay, so he's giving me the Discord link. He's giving me the Discord link. Okay. Yes, Dan has to reintroduce himself soon. But we're going to shut this down for now. That's So I did do one all items playthrough that we clocked in at 2:10:66. Which is, I don't know, that's probably really bad compared to what everyone else is coming up with. But I gotta clip this, make a video clip of this, send it off, submit it. We'll see. I don't like my chances. Dan, who's Dan? Dan the band. Let's do a shout out of Dan the band. Oh no, just to Jeffrey, we're not all going to Discord. I'm going to be raiding Dan's channel, but I need to get out and get onto Discord. Okay, so Dan, So hold on, let me I have one Sean Paul graphic I can share. So this is Dan. Dan the band. Dan is a. I'm gonna do it. It's been so long. I'm gonna do an introduction. Dan Polakar. He is making the music for the Crimson Diamond, but he does so many other things. He is an international touring musician. He's been part of the band that plays the backing band of Sean Paul for the past 10 years. So he's been super busy the past summer, going all over the world performing. He came by Toronto, where I am, not too long ago, and I got to meet him backstage, and I got to meet Sean Paul, who had a Raptors jersey on. We put it on during a part of the show. Dan the band. Dan is the one without the sunglasses. Yes, Dan is the one on the right hand side without the sunglasses. Sean Paul is on the left in the Raptors jersey, and Gwen Stefani is in the bottom right here, and you can see Dan with his guitar on the Jimmy Kimmel show, which also happened in the summer. So Dan has been getting some miles in, and here's the hat. I actually brought the hat down. I got my hair up in a bun, so I can't actually really wear this today. There we go. And also, the top of this hat gets chroma keyed out. So, there's the Dan the Band logo hat. Yes, Shauna Paul, exactly Havorius. Yeah, Dan the Band is pretty cool. He also likes Transformers. Yes, and yes, he's the one that's 8 times the size of me. I'm gonna rate Dan. Dan, are you live? Are you live? So yes, Dan, a touring musician. He's composed music for Brenda and John Romero for Empire of Sin. You can check out his work there. And of course, he is doing the music for the Crimson Diamond on a genuine Roland MT32. Dan is live. Okay. So we're gonna rate up Dan. We're gonna so stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna finish up the night with Dan. He's gonna do some composing for us, and it's gonna be some good times. So. Oh yes, of course. How could I forget? Yes, Dan also composed the music for the Colossal Cave Adventure trailer, the new game by Ken and Roberta Williams, which is super exciting. Of course. Okay. Yes, we will talk about that. So let's waste no time. Let's raid up Dan. Raid Dan the band. Okay, nice. It actually auto-corrected to Dan the band. It remembers. Okay, let's do this. Did that not work? Okay, good. It's worked. Stick around. I gotta actually see the homework that we're gonna give Dan today. Yes, everyone get your fish emotes ready. Although I don't think you can use them. Yes, you can use them. If you're a subscriber, you can use them in the other channel. So those are all the pertinent to the fish. It's gonna be good times, yeah. So from start to finish, nearly a whole track, and we do take in chat's feedback, so you can help shape a track that's gonna be in the Crimson Diamond full game. Are there any Kitar emotes? That's a very good question. Very, very good question. Oh, Dan, thank you for the sub. Fantastic. I may have subscribed to Grindislav the past few times. I don't know if my Prime sub is up yet. I've been saving it for you, but you haven't been on, so I might have given it already to Grindislav. Oh, nice. Hey, Boris, you'll have a request for pixel art codfish someday. Nice. I can make other types of pixel art, but I specialize in fish naturally. So, okay, let us get over there. Grindislav has your heart anyway. Okay, doing it. Let's hit it. Rating now.
Okay, here we are. I
Okay.
exist again.
Woo. Dan
What's going on,
exists.
Julia? It's been a long time since
It,
we've actually been on stream together. We
it's
actually
been
have
a long
seen each
time.
other in person since then, but we haven't been on stream.
Hold on, this hat. I got my hair up, so I can't. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's it's been good. I know you've been super busy. I mean, we've been joking about you being kidnapped and whatnot, but
I've been
it's been good.
kidnapped. I've been all kinds of things. I like how Slayer T says Dan was in a stadium with 80,000 people. Wow. So Slayer T Gaming was with me on every show. So I don't know what he's
Yes.
talking about. Yeah, thank you guys. It's good to be back. I don't know how much I remember how to do this at all, but I'm here for the moment. And I've got new things to show off. So if
Yay.
somebody redeems some channel points, I'll show off something. I don't know what, but I'm sure I have plenty of new stuff that's come in since last time, which I couldn't even tell you when the last time we streamed together was. So thank you. It's good to be
June.
back.
It was June.
It's been a while, right?
Been a while.
Oh, I got to switch this. Otherwise, they're going to see crazy. Oh,
Woohoo!
yeah. And the worst is you didn't get to actually meet Slayer T Gaming in person, did you?
No.
You met like everybody else from the crew except him.
Aw.
Ambrosine Zero, I can't believe you've subscribed for so many months. Number one, that's awesome. And number two, what do you want? Hardware or software from the collection? What should we show off? Oh, and I know what I'm gonna show off first. Let's see. I can actually show off a couple of things. Couple of and play some play some interesting little music for you guys because I figure that's what you're here to do with us. Streamer's choice. Bill Kuhn says software. Well, I've got right in front of me like the perfect piece of software to show off. And I got this large Commodore 64 lot recently from a friend of mine. And one of the loose games in there happens to be a game I did not previously own. And I don't even have in a box, so I can't even show it off in the box. All I got was this loose disc
Ooh.
of Maniac Mansion for Commodore 64, which I've never actually played that version. I'm not sure how it looks. Maybe we should look it up and see
Oh
how
my
the Commodore
goodness.
64 version looks. But let's see. Where is it? I'm looking for something from demo. Okay, here we go. There we go. Perfect. So I'll play this in a little bit. And you've only seen photos of the Commodore 64 version of Maniac Mansion? Yeah. I don't know. I did get some interesting productivity software, which I'll probably either give away or hopefully not throw out, but maybe just give away. Because it tends not to be the most exciting stuff to collect. But I'll show off a couple of things. I actually, since we've last been together, I've done a few different things. Played a bunch of concerts. Julia was at one of those concerts. in Toronto. And that was a lot of fun. We got some pictures. We got to hang out a little bit. And she got to meet most of the people except for Slayer T Gaming. But yeah, he is
Oh.
kind of a ghost. And that backstage was a little bit crowded. I
Hmm.
would say a small area backstage. Nice venue, but small. So it was a little more crowded than maybe typical. It was a great show. I had a lot of fun. Did I do any crowd surfing? No. There might be a couple of pictures though of me getting close to crowd surfing. But I think that's just generally not something that happens with Sean Paul's crowd. So anyway, I did a bunch of concerts over the summer. I went to a ton of countries in Europe and Canada and in the Caribbean. Um, Slayer T will probably have to remind me, but I think we went to Hungary. We went to the UK. We went to Holland. We went to Denmark. We went to France. We went to Spain, Germany, uh, Canada. I already said. We went to St. Kitts and Nevis, which is an interesting place. I'm not sure where else we went, but we went a lot of places, so that was exciting. He plays games. Slayer T Gaming plays mainly flight simulators, if you didn't know that already. And if you follow his content on Instagram, there's a lot of interesting content on Instagram. Favorite EU food is Indian food. That's not even a question, by far. And the best Indian food I've ever had is actually in Amsterdam, followed closely by the UK. So amazing Indian food in both
Did you
those
get to go to
countries.
the restaurant this time around?
I didn't get to go because we weren't
Hmm.
staying anywhere near it, and we didn't really have a lot of time. I did order Indian food to the restaurant to the hotel I was staying at, but it was not the specific. Actually, I think Slayer T Gaming went there. I think
Oh.
he went there. I forget what I was doing. I was doing something. I'm always doing something. So, even when I'm on tour, I'm usually working, doing whatever, like working on some tracks and doing some things. And I actually, right before I left, the week before I left, I completed a trailer, some
Hmm.
music for a trailer, which I actually don't know. I'm going to have to try to find it because I'm not exactly sure where the official trailer is, but we'll play it. Colossal Cave trailer. Let's see.
What was your favorite
I think
food
this is
that you had on the tour this time around, or the tours?
it. Good question. It's definitely not on the boats.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. Probably Indian food again. Let's see. This is 2 months ago. Did we release it that long ago? I don't think
So,
we
what
did.
Indian food do you like in particular? Is there some your go-to?
You mean as far, yeah, vindaloo. Either
Okay.
fish or chicken vindaloo, which is like supposed to be the spiciest, the hottest
Oh.
food that they serve there. I've been to India. Yep. Slayer T got
Slayer
it.
tea too.
I don't know if he loves vindaloo. He knows I love vindaloo. We basically lived together for weeks at a time, so we're around each other quite often. Um, Zero people have said India. I think India does have amazing food. When I was there, the food that I had was not amazing, but yeah, vindaloo is very hot, or it can be. We also had a good Indian food in Wales, in
Oh.
Cardiff,
Huh.
which we ate at the same. We were staying at the same hotel we'd previously stayed at when we were in Cardiff before a couple years back, and we went to the same restaurant there. So, but let's see what we've got going on here. I wanted to show off. Oops, where did
Hmm.
Julia go? There's Julia.
Here's
Okay.
me.
Well, actually, let's shut off all of us for the moment,
Oh.
and we'll watch this video. Hopefully, this will work. There we go. So that was the first
Just
trailer.
wanted to
Oh
start a
gosh.
business. When
That was the first trailer that I scored. And this, I think, hopefully this is the second trailer that I scored. Should be this one. Yes.
You're standing at the end of a road before a small brick building, in search of adventure. So take your first steps into Colossal Cave, the famed classic adventure reimagined by Roberta Williams, the legendary designer of King's Quest and Phantasmagoria. Explore the vast darkness of the mythical Colossal Cave and find the valuable treasures held within. Beware the many obstacles that stand in your way and perilous encounters that threaten to end your quest quickly, but without mercy. With many locations to traverse, secrets to find, and miles of caverns to explore, you'll never know just what your own adventure inside Colossal Cave will bring.
And there we go. And
Woohoo!
there are
So,
both trailers.
how long did it take you to turn those around?
Each one took about a day or two.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So if you want to see the versions of it or hear, let's open up the session. I figure why not. Yes, definitely wishlist the game. This is actually it's kind of bizarre. I'll tell the whole story as I have it. Let's shut the video off for now. I don't think I have the dialogue in mine. We'll see if we do or not. No dialogue. Locked me out at the end there. I don't know why. But yeah, so that's the trailer. And you can kind of see I have the rough cut music or whatever they did. I don't remember. Oh, I actually did another score of this trailer, a completely different one. And then I got some feedback from Roberta, and the feedback led me to this one, and she loved this version. So it's pretty awesome. I get to work with basically they're not the creators of the genre, but they're arguably the most important people that ever existed in the genre. I think I would argue. Just because, I mean, you know their games, right? You know Roberta Williams games. You know Sierra games in general. You have many companies that are designing games still after their games that they have produced, similar to games like the Crimson Diamond, might have been slightly inspired by Sierra titles, just a little bit. I would argue that Wadjet games, Grundislav games, both of them are influenced. Dave Gilbert and Francisco Gonzalez both influenced, even if they're probably would argue that Lucas made more complete versions of games or whatever. Very influenced, slightly inspired. Yeah. So it's pretty amazing to see that. Oh, it's fair to say that the graphic adventure genre exists because of Ken and Roberta. Yeah, well, Mystery House was supposed to be the first game with graphics, right? The first adventure game with graphics. Is that right? So, yeah. and it's kind of amazing to be working with them. I've never actually got to speak with either one of them in person, just through email at this point, but I'm hoping that will change at some point because I know a lot of people got to meet them at PAX,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if they're ever going to do another game after this. They might just disappear back onto the boat like they were for the last whatever it's been 25 years or whatever. They might just do that again because game development is not for the faint of heart for those of us in this chat that do it. I mean, I'm on the fringe of it. Julia's kind of more in the depths of it. Cosmic Void, Grundislav, a lot of people that are making these games and pieces of these games. Yeah, that's crazy. We'll need to send a copy of TCD to Roberta, something physical, ideally. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would definitely be awesome. And she's seen the game, right?
I think when she was on the Classic Gamers Guild podcast, they might have mentioned it or something.
No, but I think since then she's seen the game. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I can't
I'm
remember
pretty
anymore,
sure.
but yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Dave Gilbert has said that his Blackwell
Yes.
games are most influenced by Gabriel Knight. There you
Yeah,
go.
Havorius. And Francisco said the same of the Ben Jordan stuff.
And
as
Lamplight
well.
City, I think, too.
Mm.
The interview style
Yeah, the way the portraits are
or
displayed
whatever,
as
yeah.
well. That looks like Gabriel Knight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's Jane Jensen and Robert Holmes, who are also happened to be on that panel, which you probably spoke a little bit about, right? The adventure game panel at PAX.
Oh, actually, I didn't, but
You didn't?
yeah. Well, I wasn't there.
Ron Gilbert,
Yes, it
Dave
was incredible.
Gilbert, Jane
Yes.
Jensen, Al Lowe, Roberta and Ken Williams were both on the panel.
And yeah.
Did I skip anybody?
Dave Gilbert? Did you skip
I
Dave
said Dave Gilbert.
Okay. No, I think that was.
I think that was
yeah,
it.
I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was supposed to be, they were trying to get Tim Schafer, but there was a scheduling thing that happened at the last minute or something like that that made it. Al Lowe. I thought I said Al Lowe, didn't I?
Yeah, I thought you said Al Lowe too. Yeah.
Yeah. Al Lowe and his wonderful Twitter jokes. Anyway, so let's see if this is the previous music that I did.
You're standing.
Nope, that's the dialogue.
Oh, cool, Havorius, you're on the panel. You bust down to Seattle. Nice. Yeah, I watched it on VOD.
You got to go see it? That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people got, autographs, had stuff autographed by Roberta and Ken, and they got to take pictures with them. Pretty awesome. I mean, I would have loved to be there. I think I was still in Europe at the time or something. I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure I was not in town or not in the country at the time. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I want to see if I can find. Let me open up the original session.
And of course, Monkey Island is coming out soon too.
Yep, Monkey Island is coming out when? Do we know?
Like next week, I think. Isn't
really?
it Monday or something?
Is it September?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How about that?
Yeah. So it's kind of an amazing time in adventure games, really, because you've got Ken and Roberta making Colossal Cave. You've got Ron Gilbert with Monkey Island.
The 19th. Wow. How about that? Monday.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So I'm going to play. Now, here's an interesting thing. This trailer that I did, the second trailer that I did, I had no video in which to score it. So I just had to come up with a song or a tune or whatever in my head and just go from there. So you'll see how drastically different this particular trailer is. Oh, is this the right one? Yeah, I think it is.
So this is from just just audio?
Yep. It's the same. This is just going off ideas that they had without actually seeing anything.
Okay.
And I'm going to shut the VO off and you won't see anything.
And then after they gave you some visuals that you could then
After they gave me visuals and feedback, and I just scrapped this whole thing and went in another direction.
Cool. Okay.
So you can see this is basically completely different. There was nothing to cut this to, so I just kind of had to come up with 3 sections. And that is probably the most difficult, maybe impossible thing to do without any visuals.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got the next edit with the visual, it became what you just heard before, which was way easier to do.
Right, of course. The more information you have, the easier
Yeah,
it
so
is.
it's very easy to cut, in my opinion. It's very easy to cut music to picture or music to a scene or a game or something like that. But if you have nothing to go on, which unfortunately when I started Empire of Sin, it was like that as well. There was not really anything. I had a couple I think I had one video and they didn't really cuz the game wasn't game I think was in alpha. I'm trying to remember, but
Hmm.
there wasn't much to go on basically.
So,
Ooh, Cosmic Void has a release in October.
oh no, Space Venture,
Oh,
I
Space
think.
Venture. Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm just reading back here. I think yeah, Space Venture. Marsman says Space Venture to backers only on Friday, which I backed it, and Steam release later. Um, oh, and then something coming out in October. So we don't. Oh, no, we actually don't know, but something coming out in October or not. So, oh, Blood Nova
Ah,
released
Blood
October
Nova.
5th. Oh my gosh,
There you go.
fantastic!
Very nice. Well, I'll have to play
So
that.
exciting.
I'll have to play that when
So you've got this track now that is not being used for Colossal Cave Adventure, but it's like full of adventure and
it's a full track that's basically free. What I was thinking of doing is actually using it the ending part for a hip hop song and just totally flipping the
ah,
whole thing.
cool.
But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll save the idea for something else and then the opening theme, I made the opening theme. What opening theme did I make?
Oh, for Rory's game.
Oh yeah, Crunk.
That was
Yes, I
awesome.
did. Is
Yes.
Feroy here? He's
I
not
don't
here, is
know.
he?
No.
But yeah, I did that as well. So yeah, I'm forgetting. See, this is the problem with you do a lot of stuff and you go a lot of places, you just start forgetting things.
I forget things anyway.
Yeah, I
So.
forget things anyway too. So yeah, the intro I've heard a couple people mention that they saw they kind of got, well, let's see. Can I do the video here? Yeah. You can see my cut of the video, which is different than the final cut. But
Ooh.
right there,
Hmm.
you just heard. Uh, yes, very Sierra, very
It's great.
trying to throw back to it, trying to get in there as much as I possibly could. And then also, if you look here, this is kind of interesting if you're from like a composer's perspective. It starts at one tempo,
Hmm.
which is the intro part, which is just one tempo, 4/4 time. And then immediately it speeds up, 38, 48 beats per minute and changes to 6/4 time, which is more like a waltz or more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, instead of 4/4 time. This stays in this tempo for a little while because that was the pacing of the video. I tried to stay with the pacing of the cuts of the video. I guess it makes more sense if I show the video. Let's show the video.
It's very Lord of the Rings at the end there with
Is
the
it?
glowing not the music, but like the glowing Colossal Cave Adventure words
Hold on.
coming toward us, and they're kind of like fiery.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. So for the first track that you submitted, what were the kind of what were your cues that you kind of gave yourself because you didn't have much to work from?
Well, that's a good question. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll look in my email and see if I can. You know what? I probably can't actually do that because it's probably under an NDA. So I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
What I do remember was that it was. Let's go back to this. It was. Um, I think the feedback on the previous one was that it wasn't. Um, the first trailer they felt like was a little too dark sounding.
Hmm.
They wanted something that sounded more fantasy and kind of gave more the Colossal Cave feel. Uh, there was a bunch of words that I used or that I had to use and picked up on, but Roberta actually was nice enough. I asked her for some feedback and she wrote a long exposition for me
Nice.
about what she wanted. And she said, I know this, I'm not sure if this answers the question, but you know, it for me it answered the question perfectly. So I was like, okay, I know what's in her head, or at least I think I know what's in her head. Now let me try to get that out there, which is pretty awesome because it's freaking Roberta Williams. I mean, what's better than that? You know, the two of them. I mean, I think it's to me personally, it's amazing to have the creators of these games around, still doing things even though Ken and Roberta have been inactive for so many years. You have the Coles doing things. You have Jane Jensen, who was, I think, is still working on projects at the
Hmm.
moment, has been doing things. Um, Al Lowe's pretty much stayed retired, I think, other than doing his appearances at the cons and expos and things like that. But yeah, that's um, it's just, I mean, it's just kind of mind blowing, to me. I, I think it's amazing that we have the chance to meet these people and interact with them, and then Julie and I have had the chance to work with some of these people and do games and music and art and all kinds of stuff. I mean, you got to work with you got to make portraits of Ron Gilbert, right?
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a real like something I never imagined would be a thing I could do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Neither
Yeah.
one of us like talk to us maybe even I don't know, 3 years ago pre-pandemic. None of this was happening. I think we started streaming, well, I guess we started streaming during the pandemic.
Yeah, I think yeah. Like it was some like late March, I think,
So it was
of
like
that year.
just started
Yeah, I
or
think so.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so
you've been asked a couple times in chat. And I'm not sure if you can answer it, but
oh,
Bill
what
Kuhn and other people asked, how did you get connected to be hired for the music for Colossal Cave Adventure?
actually interesting story. So, whoops, why is this still playing? I was at PAX East. Sean Paul actually had a concert in Boston during PAX East or the night before PAX East. And one of the guys that works on the game, a guy named Marcus Mira, if anybody is familiar with him, happened to be at PAX East. So me and another big box buddy of mine named Anthony, he's a collector. I usually see him when I go to Boston because he lives up there. We were hanging out and he's like, "Hey, do you guys want to meet up? You want to play the game, whatever?" So we got to meet up. I actually got to play Colossal Cave like months ago. I don't know when it was. I want to say it was early summer or before the summer. Whenever I was in Boston with Sean Paul, and I got to play the game. I talked to Marcus for a little bit and whatever, and then the next thing you know, he's calling me up. He said, "Hey, do you have any stuff you could send us? I'll send it to Roberta and see what she thinks." And exchange a couple emails with Roberta, and she's like, "Oh, I think you could help with our little game." I'm like, "Oh, please, please." It's not a little game now either. There's a lot of people working on the game. I think there's over 30 people or
Holy cow.
something like that working on the game, which is larger than the Empire of Sin team.
Whoa.
So I don't know how, you know, what capacity each person is working there, but I just know it's a lot of people that have contributed to it.
Wow, holy
And
cow.
technically, I have not contributed at all to the game at this point. I've just contributed to the trailers.
Hmm.
So if you play the game, that's a guy named James Mulvale. I actually don't know if I've even heard any of the stuff in the game because somebody else mentioned they were on the beta list or whatever. They didn't get any
Hmm.
hear anything back from the beta testing. I'm also not a beta tester, so I'm not sure. Um, that could change because I do have a Meta Quest 2, so I might try to pull some strings in beta test. But as of now, I don't. I'm not doing that. I didn't have the time to commit to it when they were doing it. I told them I was like, you know, this would be not useful of anyone's time to have me testing while I'm not with a VR headset or whatever. So yeah, I haven't done it. Yeah, some people did play Colossal Cave in 1976. You can finally can't see why you can't get the flask. Yeah, right. So anyway, that was some of what I wanted to show, and then what I thought might be interesting is to show off maybe some of the music that I sent. I sent demos to Cygnus, Roberta, and Marcus. And what I did was they were mentioning that they wanted ambient music for the game. So what I did is I created a couple of ambient tracks,
Ooh.
and I also sent a couple of sizzle reels from Empire of Sin. So I'll play these. These are really short. They're like a minute or so
Um,
each.
it says, Dan, for our Zoom meeting, our remaining meeting time is 6 minutes and 41 seconds. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, we might have to reopen the Zoom.
Okay.
I might have to close it, send you another link, and reopen it.
Okay.
I stopped paying for Zoom, so that's what happens. Yeah, so that's one. I'll play the second one so you can get an idea. I kind of went different directions with each one. One more musical than the other. And that was it. Whoop. Okay, we'll go over that in a second. And I don't know. I saw you ask what instruments are in that deluxe tux. I don't know, so let's look. Don't save. This should tell me roughly what's in there. I just put these really quickly together because I wanted to send something to Roberta to give her an idea of what I was capable of doing. And then what I actually ended up scoring, as you can hear, sounds nothing like what I sent, but that's okay. Okay, so there's this low rumble thing, which is actually not that interesting, but I put this plugin on everything, JST Skybox, which is like this pedal reverb thing. And I put it on that Meserole sound, which is actually designed, the preset is designed by a friend of mine named Ryan Harvey. And he used to have a studio called the Meserole Sound in Brooklyn. He still has the studio, well, the studio is still there, but he is actually working out of another studio in Ohio now. But I just put that preset on, and you can hear it sounds crazy, right? But then if I shut this Skybox off, this is what it sounds like. Which is not that crazy, not that interesting. But then with Skybox on, it's like, whoa, like a whole big thing. So I was like, that's pretty cool. And this is probably same thing. Yeah, not that interesting. But with Skybox on, it sounds really cool.
It's like
It
magic.
just gives it, it just makes, it's like instant ambience, you know? Same thing here. Let's see what this actually is. It's like a bent horn sound. And then this is, I think, some like old sounding vibraphone thing. Same thing, and then same thing here. This is like a choir. That didn't even work. But it sounds more like metallic with this Skybox plugin on. It just gives it a really nice ambience. So it is like I jumped from the 90s to present day audio. And that was that one. So then that was kind of the, yeah, you could literally run a full track through this plugin and it'll sound crazy. And I think the plugin only costs $19 or $29 or something like that. It's not expensive.
Did you buy it or did your friend
I
give
bought
it to
it.
you?
No, I bought it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it with his discount code, but I bought it.
Oh. Was it 100% discount code?
No. It was like, I don't know, 20% or 10% or something like that.
So this Zoom call says less than a minute, so if we cut out for a second, don't worry, we'll come back.
Let's just cut the Zoom and then I'll redo it.
Okay. So stay
redo
tuned.
I'll end this. I'll shut off Julia Cam so we don't see it. It looks good. Then I'll do a new meeting. And yeah, we're going to have to figure something else out for the future because this isn't going to work all the time. Because now I got to go give Julia a new link. Okay, there we go. Hopefully Julia will be back with us shortly.
Okay.
Okay, good. You're back already?
I am back already.
There you are. Beautiful.
Here I am.
Okay, so let's go now to the Empire of Sin sizzle reels, which these I sent these two just as more of an example of like, yes, I can do more than just ambient noise kind of music.
The ambient noise is really good. I like the second one a lot.
So that was one of the sizzle reels, and this was the other one. This was like the more energetic one, I think. Oh no, this is maybe both of them had laid back and energy. I don't remember. I don't remember anything. That's it. There we go. And that was it. And I saw a couple things. Sounds like Jazzy Beat reminds you of something from an LSL game. I never actually really played Leisure Suit Larry. I don't think I played any of them, sadly.
Oh.
I own them, but I have never played them. And sounds like Grim Fandango. Grim Fandango is another one that I never really played. But why is it called a sizzle reel? So a sizzle reel is just for like people who are listening to your music, and it's just supposed to be like little clips of something. So that has, I mean, each of these sizzle reels has like I don't know what it was, like 4 or 5 different clips of music in it, and it's just crammed into like a minute. Yeah, this is 1 minute 11, and this one was 2 minutes. Wow, I didn't realize it was so long. But yeah, you're supposed to keep them short. That's the idea. So.
Okay, so I have a question. So you had a bunch of different kinds of tracks that were all kind of melded together in one. How long would something like that take you to put together? Because you have to compose them all and then put them all together.
Well, the composition was already done. So let's take a look. Because I think, yeah, I put one of the sizzle reels in here. Is this it? You can kind of take a look. It probably took me an hour or so to put them together. Oh,
So
I put both of them together here.
But so these are tracks you already had?
Yep.
You just happen to have?
No, these were all in the game. These were all in Empire of Sin.
Okay, gotcha.
So at least either they were purchased for the game,
okay,
and they're in the game, or they're going in the game at some point, or they're, I don't know. I don't know exactly the details of it, but I know they're all for the game. So this is just pieces that I played and put together, and you can see there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the second one.
Ooh.
And I just did like a little crossfade, like a DJ kind of thing.
Right.
So you can hear. But I mean, the full tracks are here.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to, like, if you wanted to hear the whole, you can hear the whole track of this. I tried to find what I considered the most exciting part of the song. feel like this is a little elevator-ish part of the song. It's cool, but it's a little chill. So I chose this part of the song with the guitar solo, and the next part with the trumpet, and the next part with the fake horn solos, and all this. Happy birthday, Jeffy.
Yes, happy
So,
birthday,
yeah,
just to Jeffy.
nice.
Hope it was a good one. It's a special day.
Happy 21st birthday. Since it's whiskey, so I assume 20. Well, what is it in? Is it 21 in Canada or is it 18 in Canada?
I don't know.
You don't know? You are not a good representation of Toronto right now.
No, well, I don't know.
It's either 18 or 21, right?
I don't know. Is it either of those two? I mean, could it be nothing else?
It's whenever
could it be
you
19?
started
I don't
drinking.
know. I don't.
12?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Alberta
Oh,
was
Alberta
18, but
18.
other
Oh my
places
goodness.
might be different. Oh, there you go. There you go.
So those sizzle reels would be stuff that you'd send to people who want to hear. It's like samples of your work.
Right. So this is like, imagine you're doing a demo reel of video. You'd do the same kind of thing. You'd cut a bunch of video clips together and say, this is some of my work, assuming they don't already know your work. Like, I don't expect Roberta Williams to know my limited, amount of work in this field. So the ambient things I put together specifically for that, the same thing I did for Empire of Sin. I put together specific, like a specific demo to send to Brenda Romero, because I was like, you know what? Let me wake her up in the morning with a demo. She's going to get up because of the time change. She's in Ireland. There's like a 5 or 6 hour time difference. So I sent it at night and I said, let her wake up to this and say, hey, I like this. Cool. Come work on my game. And I think she already wanted to hire me anyway, because she likes bringing new people into the game industry. But then I sent that and she's like, oh yeah, this is perfect. It's exactly what we need. And this song that was perfect, exactly what we need, ended up not going into the game and is going into the Crimson Diamond. That's the ragtime demo.
Yes, the ragtime that starts the intro now.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So there you go. Yeah,
Thank you, Brenda, for that gift.
see Deluxe Tux. I did see Grundislav's cast announcement. Pretty great. The legal drinking age 18, 18, and 19.
In Ontario, 18. Wow.
Okay, interesting. If you're near, you can have 3 21st birthdays. Nice. Yeah, the voiceover stuff and the sound design stuff, I would say I'm less interested in and comfortable with doing myself personally. Editing it would be fine, but yeah, I think playing the games with the voice acting is great. I like that stuff. So yeah, it was a large cast I saw for Rosewater, right?
It's fantastic. Yeah.
There's like over 20 people. So that's pretty good. I think now normally I would be composing, right?
I said that you would, but then it's up to you completely, of course. Because this is your first time back. You got so much to show and talk about,
I did, and I don't know if I'm up to doing any composition tonight. Did you have something in mind as far as, other than I have to make some, I have to give you some files?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me take a quick look at because
Okay.
we had, last time you were on in June, we talked about, like the endings. So what you did was, one of the ending bits, but then there would have been sort of variations or different versions. I'm just going to take a quick look at the track list that I have. Yeah, so I think the last thing we did was, like an ending piece. I don't even have it listed here, so that's not great. But
The last thing I have is an intrigue track.
By time?
June 5th, 2022.
Ooh, I
also have a final confrontation, but that was from May.
Yeah, so final confrontation is kind of one of the last that I have on my list.
Okay.
And then there was some Aha Stings before that. But the intrigue track
Yep,
thought
have
was earlier.
those.
This intrigue track was 23B is what I had.
Maybe that's just something I took a look at then.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
edited
I think that
since.
must have been it because I think the last thing I'd have to watch back the stream, but it was kind of an ending piece and we were talking about different variations and I can't remember if that ending piece was the uplifting one or the kind of a downer one, depending on what version of the ending you actually got.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't remember where we were
uh-oh.
there.
Hmm. Because I distinctly remember us composing the chapter like a montage that
I'm sure
I
it's
was
here somewhere. I just gotta go through and
okay.
find it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think we
So
lost anything.
no, oh my goodness, I hope not.
No. Um, yeah. So interestingly enough, the guys that were editing the trailer for Cygnus,
Hmm.
I became friends with one of them, and he has a company called Rocksteady Media, and they actually did a documentary called Viva Amiga, and our friend Amiga Bill helped them with the video because Amiga Bill is
Hmm.
his real job is not streaming, shockingly. His real job is actually doing like cinematography and filming and filmmaking and all kinds of stuff like that. So he yeah, that's right. I remember that Rocky montage. But yeah, so Amiga Bill helped with it. I actually got to watch the documentary while I was on tour. It is really interesting. So anybody that's a fan of the Amiga computers, and I think when I told Zach, who made the movie, I think I told him when I told him that I had a whole bunch of Amigas here at the house, he was like, "Are you serious? Like you really have that?" So I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a few, one or two games and things here."
Uh-oh.
What? What
One or
happened?
two
One or two
games?
games, just one or two.
One or two? We've
Just
seen
one
both
or
of those
two.
games then, I'm sure. I mean,
Here's one,
yeah, okay.
and
Oh
here's
yeah,
two.
that one. So you had one before. Okay. Very nice.
No, but they're also working right now. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it, but they're working on a documentary called Arcade Dreams. And they've actually asked me to come on and do some scoring for that.
Oh my goodness, exciting.
So that'll be pretty cool. And that's a documentary based on arcades and like the history of arcades, which goes back. I think they're going to start way early part of the 20th century when that stuff started. So like arcade, not necessarily as we know it as video games, but arcade games. Like they had various games. I don't even know all the ones that they had back then, but they're gonna cover all that stuff. And if you get a chance to watch the Viva Amiga documentary, watch that.